New at 6, the South Korean ambassador to the United States calls the ICE raid at that South Georgia electric vehicle plant a shock to her nation, but says it hasn't hurt relations between the U.S., the state of Georgia, and her country. Channel 2's Richard Elliott is live in downtown Atlanta tonight with more on what the ambassador is saying on the raid that saw federal agents arrest 300 South Koreans.
Yeah, 475 total arrested by federal agents during that raid, 300 of them Korean citizens. But just days later, the agents released all 300, never charged them with anything. In our exclusive interview, South Korea's ambassador talks about what that raid did to Georgia's economic relationship with her country.
That was quite a shock, I think. I don't think anybody expected that to happen.
More than 3 months after ICE agents arrested 300 Koreans in a lightning raid at the massive Hyundai electric vehicle meta plant, South Korean Ambassador Gang Kwang-ha is talking exclusively with Channel 2 Action News about that raid.
This happened was a complete shock, and I think it also, of course, was, sent that shockwave back in Korea.
Federal agents arrested a total of 475 people at that plant, the largest single immigration raid in U.S. history. But within days, the U.S. released all 300 Koreans. They flew back home on this specially chartered Korean Air jet. Ambassador Gang points out that the workers were not here illegally. Rather, she says they simply had the wrong kind of visas because of ambiguity in the American visa regulations, something she says her government and the Trump administration are currently in negotiations to fix by creating a new kind of visa for technical workers. News of the raid sparked anger in Korea, but she says the visit of Governor Brian Kemp in October helped smooth over relations.
Governor has done as much as he can, and he is a strong advocate. Not just on this visa issue, but on, economic and overall ties between Korea and Georgia.
The ambassador says almost all of the 300 Korean workers who left the U.S. after the raid have pledged to return. And she says with work from both sides, there shouldn't be any lasting damage to Korea's second largest U.S. trading partner, the state of Georgia.
I think the businesses are assured that both governments and the governor are doing our very best. And the rest is their business decision.
And the ambassador says she's hoping Congress fast-track that new kind of visa tailored specifically for Korean technical workers. She will head down to tour that Hyundai plant in South Georgia tomorrow. We're live in downtown Atlanta. Richard Elliott, Channel 2 Action News.
Richard, what a fascinating conversation, and so interesting to hear that some of those workers are pledging to return to that plant. Thank you. And Governor Brian Kemp traveled to South Korea, as you heard, weeks ago. The trip planned before that raid happened. We spoke with the governor exclusively during that trip. He told us the raid was one of many topics discussed. And Governor Kemp is optimistic the raid will not ruin 40 years of partnership. Here's why it matters. We have more details on Georgia's relationship with South Korea, why it's so important. South Korea is Georgia's third largest trading partner with more than $17.5 billion in total trade in 2024. South Korean companies like Hyundai, Kia, and SK Battery have made substantial investments in Georgia. And the partnership is mutually beneficial. Georgia-based companies Coca-Cola, Novelis, and UPS also operate in South Korea, and Delta provides direct flights between Atlanta and Seoul.